that, yeah, this is what I don't understand as well. Okay, everyone's obsessed about where their tax money is going. Do you know where your tax money is going half the time?
Not really.
And then you go with it.
Introduce something anyway.
And then there's also the fact that the people that make money from England, they're the big companies,
big corporations, and
that make millions. Their money doesn't come back to England as well.
Of course it don't. Exactly.
They say most millionaires are moving out of England anyway.
Yeah, of course. They go elsewhere and get less tax and all that thing.
I think so that money doesn't come back in when it's been taken out.
I think in general, like illegal immigration, I think obviously they've got a start because it's illegal.
Yeah.
All of us is illegal, you know. But for me, it's the agenda that's coming along with it. Yeah. And the far right. So some people, like for instance, like at my workplace, people won't talk openly because it's a company. They can't talk their opinion. Like you've got to be careful in it. But I overhear people talking, and like some people are moderate, but you can tell the far right element. I just want I can't do that, but I don't engage in it because I know you're trying to draw me out. You know what I'm saying? So, like in regards to if they're generally just concerned about illegal immigrants and whatnot and crime, then obviously, you know, if you're English, you don't like it, you can vote, you can do what you want. But it's the far right element and also the agenda, because every day we see the agenda moving forward and forward in what's happening.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I'm saying?
Well, there, a lot of them are just being fed a narrative and believing it.
They're choosing to believe it.
They don't want to protect women. Do they know anyone that was?
Did you not see the woman that went to speak up and said, you are talking about protecting and they pushed her out the way, bro.
And they cuffed her. Let me make a point on that because I was speaking about that as well still. So even with that, so their narrative is that they want to keep women and children safe, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bit of BS to be fair. I think they're just trying to hook people in. Even if you check the statistics, which I did last night, from 2024, the whole 2024, all the sexual allegations stuff that took place and convictions, 85% were by white males. Now you're going to expect that because obviously there's a big white population. There's like something like 8% for non-colored people of non-colour. And then what I'm saying is that really the issue?
That is not. It's not the issue. That's clear. It's not the issue.
It's not because as well, if you look at and even say there's some cases where there might be one person in the hotel that's committing an offence, but there's 1,000 people in there. So you're going to go and disrupt the other 99 people.
That's common maths. That's the standard maths.
And the person's been arrested. The person's been
dealt with.
They dealt with what we told.
Obviously you want to avoid it happening in the first place. Understandable. But if there's 100 men, there's going to be 10 that are attacked. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And that's in any culture. That's.
So then, if what we're saying is it like there's a false narrative being fed in order to mobilize people. So that's this is the thing, and it's like there's a sort of like there's a mobilization of people to play to particular party politics. So if that's what's going on, really, what is the important issue? I think to just know that party political agendas are not an answer to anything for ordinary people.
Exactly.
It's just the way in which to get a different body of people into the scene.
And that's why exactly what you said. A lot of them are simple because people don't understand that. So they think, okay, well, this party is going to be the answer to my problem. None of them are the answer to
the thing, because
and this is what I say as well. Okay, so for me, even that, so people are so simple that they believe another part, like whoever they vote in is the answer to their problems, whatever. Where to me, I think the answer to your problems is yourself. Do you understand what I mean? So they think that even that people think that migrants are affecting their livelihood, well, only you affect your livelihood. You know what I mean? They're not making you rich or poor.
They're not changing anything.
You understand what I mean?
You're choosing to.
I think though, right, because government institutions, government structure are what decide the quality of life that all of the people live. In their different pockets, in their different stratas. So government is always going to be the place in which people's lives, people's quality of lives are decided. Not to do with individual groups of people coming or going.
Exactly.
So to think that, and that's why people think that.
So what you're saying, basically, whoever's in power is going to fall in line to the overall
structure of the way in which wealth is extracted.
So, can I add something to that?
Yeah, cool.
That's why I understand why people are going for Mother now, because the other two parties, Conservatory and Labour, are never used to this.
Used to it. So
that's why I understand. Let me try this reform thing. Yeah. Because them two have been used for the last, I don't know, God how many years.
But do you think
that's the only thing I can understand?
But that's you would, because people will do that, and that's the nature of politics, is that you try to ride on that sort of like that common sentiment and you get yourself into the sea. Because that's what Trump did in America. He came with the alternative, like, I'm done with all of it, la 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 la. So I'm gonna, and he's no different to anybody. Right? He's no different. He's no different. Now, the thing that I think is important for us is to also know that party politics is not providing a solution for us.
That's exactly it.
You see it.
That's exactly it.
Now, and this is not just for us here, which is quite important, because there's a number of us that think that party politics is going to be the answer. Right? But it's not. But also in our different places.
Can I ask you a question then?
Yeah.
Have you ever voted?
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Once, yeah.
Once.
Your grandmother made me vote.
Okay.
Have
you voted?
Never.
I've never voted.
Listen, I only did it because she would, you know what she'd like.
Yeah.
Or you know what she'd like. She just would not stop.
What do you think you're a bad person because you haven't voted, or you think it's...
I don't think what that's it, right? I think you're the answer to your problem. That's what people understand. And I think, do you think, like, what's the government's agenda? Because they're not creating. Why would you want to create a country where people are not they can't handle things. They're not self-sufficient.
But I think government's purpose is to maintain government. So
This
is it.
To keep them in their position.
Also, they need to hem us into their systems and processes. Now, I'm not saying people should go and tear down everything, but the whole purpose of government now is to maintain government.
You got to also understand that if maybe it's looking like with the digital, they want people to tear down everything.
But
they can
stamping.
You can't do it again.
Because you can see it exactly now with the movement to the right. You can see where they want to now. They want to say, right, okay, well, anybody that goes over there, we can manage you and handle you. And why would it not be modelled on the Chinese thing where they say you've got social credit? Politics are wrong. What if your social media voice is wrong?
Lock you in. You can't do that.
They just follow each other.
I'm telling you, the path's there for it.
Left or right, it all said that they all follow the same methodology. They're all going to the same place, control of the population in order to maintain government within certain, but that's all it is. So for us and for anybody who's playing the team, always it is about the important thing is about what you can influence. Be it your own little space, be it your own family, be it your own extended family, be it your own community, and unfortunately it could even be a nation, but it has to be driven from the bottom up.
And that's why I say these people are they've got the wrong mindset. Because so that's how I look at it. So I look at that, if I know I don't want to be in a position where, because think about it, people that are complaining about,
and that's what they're kind of doing as well. What's the protests and everything? They're creating a movement from the ground up.
But it's not really. They're creating obstacles.
They don't understand. But they are. But also, is it going to be? Is it going to do anything?
Yeah, but it's not a movement. They're just causing problems for other people. But it's not like a movement that's building. They just want to tear down other.
Like we said, what we seen on the sites, bro. We're seeing people talk about this. It's being spoke about everywhere you go. So there's definitely impact. 100%. We've all seen people we know that we've seen different views from people we know. Like, right, okay. Like certain people we know that start uploading things.
Yeah, but you know what it is?
But right, that's a bit. Right, I didn't know you were.
You know what it is? You know that as well. Like people, all that is they're showing their true colours. Okay, they're showing. Okay, I like you, but I like you to an extent. But I like you as long as I don't think you're affecting my livelihood. Or if I think you're affecting my livelihood, then
you lot gotta go.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Like, people not thinking that realistically, okay, to me, if I don't want to live amongst, say, illegal immigration, I need to put myself in a position where I can move.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? So you just need to think.
But you find a lot of third and second generation are feeling in limbo kind of thing now, innit?
That's the thing I was going to say. Sorry, so that's the thing that when you talk about immigration, I think they need to be specific what they're talking about. So we got the legal immigrants. That's one thing. Yeah. But when you say immigrants, well, there's loads of us immigrants.
Yeah.
So that's going to make us good at the team.
They're saying that as well. But people are saying this as well. They're forgetting as well.
Even white people, let's say they're European immigrants anyway.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what I'm trying to say?
This is just
They say they're legal, but I mean,
That's what I'm saying, because you know what's
That's what and it's because they're Muslim.
It's a process for elimination. I can't get it. We might have to take it one by that. These lot out. They also, because the next thing, all we see now is England for the English. And remember, so we're Black British or whatever. But England for the English. So they're saying, right, really, it's time for you all to go.
Yeah.
That's
going to be a problem for them, though. A massive problem. The country can't function with everyone else.
That's what they don't understand.
What matters is that you get public sentiment and you get groundswell and you can do something at the polling station. That's what it's about. Yeah. Obviously, there can be turmoil on the ground because all people might get caught up in unpleasantness. But the point is, can we get movement when it comes to voting? And if they get that, then who knows what's going to happen.
I think,
but it's chaos to try and pull something like that off to say you're going to ship all of these different
It's crazy, but they're doing something like Donald Trump doing some mad thing with the ice.
but that's what they want. They want that kind of movement. Just lift off the street.
He's on Greece, though, isn't he? He's on Greece. On a lot of badness.
He's doing the ice with the illegal immigration, but not only that, but this is why people need to understand it all is linked together. He's getting the man them out of here, bro. So he's going Chicago. He's bringing FBI to Chicago,
and army,
like the gang members. Like he's just taking them out. Like,
so the rebels, the people that can cause a little damage.
It's in Chicago, DC's going to be New York probably next. Anywhere where the crime is out of control, they're deploying.
Yeah, but that's also so the next part of their plan can be implemented. They're getting the threats out of the way. That's what people don't understand. They're getting the people that cause the threat out of the way.
Yeah,
that's the same with the prison system.
But because obviously we're familiar with a certain lifestyle, right? Crime in ordinary neighborhoods is an issue.
But you know what though, can I be honest with you?
That's it. Deal with it. Because we know it cuts both ways. But ordinary people.
I think a lot of this stems from how the man them have been moving over there for a while, because that's what it must have been. All the shit, all the dotting, all the.
Let me tell you the truth.
That must have been playing up on them for a while, though. If they ain't been pissed,
I'm not sure about that.
I think, especially London. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, they do it as well. Yeah.
If you think about it, be honest. You see what you got to do as well. Sometimes you have to put yourself in other people's shoes.
Exactly.
And you got to understand, it's the fair as well, because there's a fair element from them. But think about it, they're just seeing the man them on madness.
Yeah.
They're seeing, how are they not going to want us out of there?
Come on. It definitely why.
I'm from them man's perspective, I think it's different from ours.
Think about this, if we was in Jamaica, bro, you think anyone can come to Jamaica? They're chopping up hand and you're getting right. You couldn't go Jamaican act up like this. If you're not Jamaican, you could not.
But you got to remember that. But a lot of the man them start act up.
What we
history. So they
second generation up here.
Honestly, let's be honest. The way we are. They've created a monster. Let's not pretend. But the reality is, the man them are out here wild. And you cause there's going to be a fair element. Let's be honest, bro. If we're really honest, we cause bare mayhem more than any illegal immigrant. more than any illegal immigrant. We cause mayhem. You don't think so, Ish?
100%. And what you got to remember, and also you got to remember what they're basing off is what they see in London. So they're thinking, okay, how it's looking, this could cut. Our areas could be like that soon. They're just looking at London.
Bro, think about it as well. Yeah? That's why if you see anything online, if anything happening on a tube or train, you read the comments, bro.
Yeah,
That's what they really think, bro. But it's fair because the man them are on violence, bro. Of course they're scared.
Hasn't it always been there though? But violence has always been. It's just
aspect we bring it to, bro. We bring it to another level,
and we have every time. I think that we've.
It's always been there, bro. I just feel like it's just everyone can see it now. That's all.
The only difference is it's always been there. Every society, every nation
Throughout history.
Not like how we do it. But what's happened is that because of our specific history, right, and the way in which that's been manipulated and how we've had to find our way through. What we've done, we've made it glamorous.
Yes.
Right? Yeah,
is it glamorous?
To the point that now, but also not only made it glamorous, but we brought different method to it.
Yeah, okay.
It's just cold.
But I'm saying throughout history, not to the level, unless there's a war, to the level we do it, I think it don't happen.
I would agree.
Think about even if it does, average
in the masses,
If you think, average 18-year-old you. They put in work.
Yeah.
Somehow they've done something. Some active. You pick up any average other person from any other race. They ain't done what they done.
Yeah.
Not even a big man has done what they done. Like,
you know when you chat about normal things and you see people's reaction, like, wow, that's just normal, bro. You know what I mean?
To be fair, the England or whatever you want to call it, I don't know, the political setup has kind of added to
100%. It's 1,000,000%.
Obviously, it's kind of made things amplify things, doesn't it?
And the culture, the music, the films, whatever.
But that's all you think about
on the back of it.
When you think about when we originally came over here and the work we put in to build up this country, and then obviously the generations that came after that, and kind of the kind of interaction that they had with the police after that, we talk about the rights and so on and so forth. It's kind of transitioned into what it is now. And I'm saying obviously the music and all that, the culture plays its part as well. But one thing I must say though, people have to understand, no people follow blindly, but if the UK go out there, colonize all these different places, all this money off of slavery, involved in all sorts of hardship all over the globe.
Yeah, they can't be upset.
In the Middle East and everywhere, and then people come here, what do they expect?
Yeah, they can't be upset.
Obviously,
people acting like they're innocent.
I'm talking about what we do, but obviously there's a build up to it, and obviously, like you said, this is what these people. These people are simple. So they're not realistic, and they think, bro, every action there's a reaction. So
you think we just want me to just bend over for you?
You go and get money off all the resources in Africa, mess up their economy, and then destabilize their country, carry how much of us to the Caribbean, what they've done to Jamaica, what they've done to the ghettos in America, and not expect. We're here. It's going to come to your doorstep.
And we're still making good of the shit that's been fed.
Let me give you something. So, I've heard of West Indian, East India Quay in Canada. That was built off of slavery money.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
A lot of money they made off of slavery. So they needed our labour from the Windrush generals to come here. How much did they of the resources in Africa? So you make obviously people here. That's what happens.
So do you think
they won't have the infrastructure?
Do you think they don't openly say about the Caribbean and Africans going home because of they still got things, they're still taking stuff from the resources in Africa?
I feel like they just can't say because man's leaving, isn't it?
I feel like you know what I mean? They are like, no, you black people are cool, but because if we go back, we could easily get in the way of things that are going on out there.
But to be honest, I think, and it could be naive, but I think we're cool. If we want to, if we want to, we can flex.
The only thing, but the only thing is really talk about the Muslims though, because we are Muslim.
Yeah, that is an issue, and yet still it's not an issue.
Why?
Because really, when a man looks at you and says, "Oh, you're Muslim," what is he really going to say to you?
Nothing, unless he's going to be with, unless he's with, come out of the pub with a couple of his mates.
You know? And even then, because of who we are, I don't know.
No. But the only reason why it would be a problem is because if we see too much things happen to Muslim communities.
Well, it's the girls, it's again the females as well. Because none of them don't say nothing to us when they walk past us, but they're definitely going to say something to my wife. They're definitely going to say something to my sister. They're definitely going to try and say something to my mother. So you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to say nothing.
They wouldn't say nothing to man.
As soon as they're in the week, because that's happened. But like I said, we'll start this conversation. Our sister said she doesn't feel comfortable going out in our city at the minute. You know what I mean? But she feels comfortable in London because obviously it's a lot more moral culture. Even though it's a lot more moral culture down here, but I know that people don't feel comfortable about that.
To be fair,
you know what I mean?
Even I feel like that. Sometimes, I don't know if I'm being paranoid, but sometimes I look at people and I'm thinking, I don't know how you feel about.
I don't give a damn how you think about me, bro.
Sometimes
do you know what I mean?
I'm a bit self-conscious.
Yeah, really?
Because I could be overthinking things.
But you got to remember, my line of work, I feel like I'm on the firing line, bro. I'm not
really, bro. What within the company or within
I'm out there, bro.
Yeah,
I'm out there where you don't see black people.
Oh yeah,
you don't see no one. I'm out there with the grime. You know and I'm in there, and then I'm just thinking, oh shit. You know, the other day I went to a house with all like the flags and everything outside, and I was in there thinking, oh my god,
you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have done the job properly.
7 dogs, but then when I say it, I'm thinking, you know, you kind of think, oh right, you get why, but then the man over, I think, oh, he's soft. You understand?
Yeah.
There's 7 dogs. You know what I'm saying? And those, you know,
you're not sure, right?
You're not sure, you know.
When I travel down to like Yarmouth and places, I start seeing bare flags we work.
Yeah.
And then like obviously in my line of work, we work with asylum seekers. So a man said to me the other day, what? You work with asylum seekers? He's like, I was like, yeah, they're leavers as well, bro. You know what I mean? But like, so yeah, like the temperature's a bit mad still.
And that's a bit of naivety on my part because I feel as if I can float above it. But you can't ignore what's actually going on.
Yeah, like on a personal level, you can. On a personal level,
yeah. Because I think sometimes I feel like ignorance is bliss in it. So if you give energy to it, you notice it more.
I definitely have that mindset. Yeah. But also because I think that it's actually really important for what one can affect. It's just, to me, that's just critical. What can you affect? Yeah, and how many of you that are trying to affect something?
Yeah.
So now I was going to say, so what, is more people going to vote now? Are we thinking about voting?
They're mobilising the vote. If they could get that many people on the street,
by doing this,
they're calling people to the polling station.
This is exactly what.
Say that we gonna vote.
Do you reckon, are we going to vote?
I wouldn't.
Still? But this is why they can do these kind of things because people are still voting. I'm always going to go Labour.
But we will.
Stammer's going to put the digital ID, you know. So we should have one cover. Stammer's going to put the digital ID. Stammer's saying that the country's going to IMF. Stammer's getting all the tax money. What is he going to do?
Let me tell the truth. If I'm going to vote,
so what about my man? What about Corbyn's party?
He's saying the country's broke, so he's got to go and borrow money.
To get us even more in
Yeah, because all you're doing, the country's broke, your country's not productive, right? You're going to borrow money, even though you're not productive.
What about Jerry Corbyn? What about Jerry Corbyn's party?
What are they going to do?
Can I tell the truth? That's what.
Tell me what you're going to do.
If I was going to vote, I would vote the other one. The concern, because I think Labour's an enabler. They encourage people to be broke.
Because let's be real, Keir Starmer, he's been so weak.
You know what? Sorry, remember, Labour is saying, they're all saying actually, there's no gender.
Stop.
There's no, they're all saying there's no gender. You can be anything from the get go. They're saying mama is alright. They're saying it's alright to be a mama. What is this?
Can I say something? We did say that the conversation that regardless of the political parties, it's the same outcome. No?
So what? So I'll tell you.
do they actually count votes and that?
But you know, a lot of people are saying as well, though. You see, even my man that's got the big momentum reform, is that once he gets power, he you know what the man is like. You know, he might spin it back on them, isn't it?
Power. It's about authority and government. Yeah, it's not about actually doing something.
He's played on everyone's
weaknesses.
mind, like, with the innovation.
Do you know what it is?
But it's got its own.
He comes with the right market. It's like the market, isn't it? He saw a gap in the market and he just attacked it and built it. That's what he did.
You know what he done the other day? He's gone. Yeah, I'm going to visit Albania. And hopefully I'll be bringing a load of Albanian criminals back there with me.
Oh my God! He's tasty, man. Wow.
He's just on it, like.
Shout out
Think about what we've done with Brexit. Yeah. But he just after that, what did he do?
Didn't that make it worse though?
Next thing he was in America.
And then he dipped out as well.
Yeah,
should we dip out straight away?
It's all about their own image as well.
This is it because remember the party politics, they need a personality in which to then pull everybody to. He's a great man, right? It's just that he has got them sort of like them credits from that whole involvement in Brexit. Now he's got all of them people on the ground going to those demonstrations. It's just it's marketing. It's marketing on a different level.
That's what I realized. That's what I realized. It's all marketing. Even Tommy, it's marketing.
It becomes marketing. If it started locally as something real, once you get onto certain stages, once the media's behind you, once social, it's marketing because somebody will capture it and feed it right into. Because all they're doing is not as if they're saying we have to break up this party politics because it's garbage. They're wasting the people's money and wasting people's life. They're not saying break up party politics. They're saying we're going to take party politics and make it work for us. Party politics don't work. Left or right, it doesn't actually amount to any real difference from what I can see. And look now, what they're doing, Germany wants to go right. Yeah, what they do, they kill off they must have killed 10 different people that were part of the German movement from the right. 10 people got outed.
Sure.
Yeah, 10 people got outed. How can that, and this is democracy. This is hypocrisy. Outed. 10 people dead who were part of the right-leaning party in Germany. If 10 people died from that party in a short space of time, something wrong? And then they want to rinse Russia for coming and poisoning the man that was going to talk bad about Putin. What is democracy? What actually is it if the right, look at the way that they're coming down on the right here. They're saying, look, man have to walk from his job because he went to the march. So isn't that, what is that? Is that democracy that people have a right to talk?
I think that's why it's got out of control. Because when you suppress something, because all this is to suppress racism, they've been doing it because they feel that they can't speak. They feel that, we got to do this. So now, it's like what's all coming out because they've been had to hold it in for so long. That's why I thought, man, let me know how you feel. Let me know how you feel, but it's all good.
Again, I'm going to say this is the hypocrisy of Western government because they say it's freedom of speech, but they suppress speech. They suppress movements that don't play to their agenda, and yet still they want to point finger at everybody else. Oh, you're a dictator. Oh, you're a fascist. Authoritarian.
It's ridiculous.
It's just, but they're just playing games
because they're playing games. Because I think as well. Do you not think they understand the reaction they're going to get?
Of course they do. Of course they do.
They know what's going to happen, and maybe it suits them to shift things to the right.
That's what it seems like, though, isn't it?
Because it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the control that there is of the entirety of the financial system, all the educational processes. Yeah, you're right. The method of government, because everybody who's in government anywhere in the world has been either educated in the UK or in America. That's where all the political class get educated. And now what you've got in Europe, you've got the whole thing now where Europe is governed by people who have not even been elected. So Brussels is just a different team. Remember, Brussels is where they're saying, right, okay, we're gonna push out digital ID and we're gonna push out CBDCs and that.
Yeah.
So, people are just fodder.
Yeah.
They're just fodder, and like we're just cheap food.
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
We're just food. So I better stop.
How do you rate that?
But even when they talk about certain dictators, like, and they go over there and kill them or whatever they do, certain of them are doing better for their people than them. Even like Gaddafi was doing a lot of good. Free education, get people in the house,
definitely.
low tax.
It's just ruthless. They just getting rid of anyone.
You know why they got rid of him?
Because he's African,
People saying gold from long time.
Because remember, obviously, Oversaw pressured everyone to use their currency to purchase. And they like, because remember that England and America, they feed off of other people. They're not produce, so they can't afford to let that happen. No, they can't. Everything's a money. And that's why it's shooting that people are just. Because all they got to do is make you think it's justified him going over there.
That's what they've got to do. Yes. That's the one, isn't it? Definitely.
Yeah. So there's just a massive smoke screen, and we're just playing up in the middle. And it's not to say that people aren't sincere. It's not to say that people actually don't want good for themselves and their families, right? But we're just being. It feels like we're just being handled.
Well, that's what they say as well. With especially like democracy, that it's just giving people the false pretense that they've got some kind of effect on what goes on. So, my vote counts. Because if you don't give people some kind of thing, then it's going to be a problem. So you got to give them the pretend like, actually, my vote is I've got some power.
And this is they still so they can say this is our country. Because let's be real, what a statement. Do you know what I'm saying?
But
they're all crying about.
They're crying about their country.
But then, like I said, it's almost like a facade, though, isn't it?
I think it's been messed up because remember, we're going to say, boy, my people are from Jamaica, you know. And I want Jamaica to be for Jamaicans. We're saying that Mama Africa. We want Mama Africa to be. So that's what we're saying. So there's a natural propensity to say, where's my place and where are my people? Not wrong.
True. You're right. Definitely. 100%.
To a certain degree, but like, even when we go to Africa, Jamaica, Caribbean, and the Caribbean and so on and so forth, the racism don't really exist the way it exists out here. No. Like we're more, we bring people in more.
But we don't know, but we also don't know how we might get. Everyone might say, go back to Africa, go back to Jamaica, but then we might run into problems. We don't know what's going to happen there.
It's not going to, but it shouldn't. Any movement, to me, should be voluntary.
Cool.
If we're making moves, internationally. It's voluntary. It's by your own volition. It's
that's why
actually
what people should take from this is okay. I just need to make sure I'm in a position that if I want to move,
a lot of people
I can move.
I can do it, bro. But that's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are getting ready to move. A lot of people are saying, but what about the people that can't move? Would you move abroad? Huh? Would you move? Would you go abroad? Yeah. And if so, where? Well, obviously I'd like to. Obviously Jamaica would be the first choice, but I am interested in Africa, some parts of Africa. But then I don't know what I'm going into. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Africa's still ruthless. There's too Banduli out there. You understand what I'm saying to you?
I think for everybody, Jamaica's beautiful. Jamaica's beautiful, and we know that we've got world family. If you wanted, you could dig in and you know you've got land left there from your grandparents because there's land, and that's what people.
I think that's what we need to be looking at doing. Is to start to move around a bit more, spending time with this place. Because so that's what we need.
Because we're locked into the West, though.
Because it's got to be difficult though. Because that's why obviously, I think I think is a long shot sometimes. Because obviously we're Black British, we probably would want to be around people like ourselves, isn't it? But I feel like because any infrastructure probably we've been spoiled, innit? We're not going to be used to their infrastructure over there. We're going to have to kind of it'll be a lot for us to get used to. So it would be good if everyone could kind of do something. I've got to build because it's not something that might take decades. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. Because you could find once that kind of holiday period is gone, you might think, well, this is long, isn't it? It's hot.
When I went to Jamaica was younger, it was all fun and games, but after like
4 weeks.
Man miss their friends in England and
Yeah.
ends and I want to
It was dragging towards
there.
Even moving to Norwich for that now, bro. You know, obviously it's like holidays. Like,
Yeah.
You actually move up and you're like, bro, after 4 weeks, like, oh.
Definitely.
Just a process you got to go through wherever you go.
Exactly.
But I think that going and looking beyond the holiday, because like them man used to say that like you can come and see me in the exceptional instances, so like you can go for special events, but you want to see me on the everyday. So what is the everyday in a certain place? And that's where you kind of, all right, how do I flex? What do I
Is there a gap there that I can fill?
That's what if you find that gap. That's what if you find that gap, and you've got something to do to be busy about doing. It's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you're building something like this, you're occupied. You've got something going on.
Rather than I do believe that if we go to implement ourselves, or you're going to go in on holiday somewhere with the view of potentially going there, you will see gaps because you remember. We grew up in a rat race, but like dog eat dog.
Exactly.
Like we've all been willing to do things that other people haven't to get to places. Do you know what I mean? So when with that attitude taken somewhere else, that's a little bit behind. We should.
But people say there's supposed to be a lot of potential in Africa when it goes to business-wise, isn't it?
But it's everywhere, isn't it? Just everywhere. Because I don't even want to, as much as I've got a thing for Africa. Like, I've got a thing for Africa. I've got this vision. Like from Accra, because Nigeria is just too much. I can't. They're just
cutthroat.
They're cutthroat. Nigeria's not an easy place.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Nigeria. So I'm saying, right, just a little bit up. So let's say we've gone. So from Accra all the way up that west coast, and the last sort of like point, which is Dakar. So they come to, and the coastline is incredible. All the way down. So that's thousands and thousands of miles of coastline, and endless opportunities to either develop on the coast or live on the coast. Just endless. Because we can't gauge the size. We can't gauge it. It's just not real. And that won't really give you a feel for.
Well, the maps, they shrink Africa.
They do. So when you go there, you stand and you look at that beach, and it's just going, and you know that it goes on through country.
Right.
So I'm into that because I just think there's endless opportunities. But same way when you drop into the man go to St. Lucia because they got the women at a St. Lucia, so they drop into St. Lucia's small, but it's incredible. Once you drop into the inland. Like there's miniature waterfalls and pools, but land in the Caribbean, land in Africa, it's just accessible. It's just accessible. You can just buy a piece of land, and you can take your time and do what you're doing. If we go anywhere else, you have to buy a house. You have to buy a house, which is cool if that's where you're at.
It is what it is.
Till next time.
Done no gumbo.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace and love. One order.